Alright, I'm sorry for the audio quality here. Anyway, what you are looking at is the app for the Cobra Power Pro Black. This, I recently purchased a bike that had this pre-installed, got it used. The guy already put this thing on there, he made some minor tunes to it. And everything you look up online basically shows you how to install the Cobra Power Pro Black onto your bike. But they have no idea how the app is used. They just sort of flick their hand around and say, and that's it. That's all you need to know. Okay, thanks, bye. It's time to actually talk a little bit about how the app works. So, in the upper right-hand corner, once you connect it via Bluetooth, and the pin is simply, I think, 0000, you connect via Bluetooth and it looks like really nothing's happening. But the good news is, when you open the app, you'll actually see Power Pro in the upper right. As long as you see Power Pro, you know it's actually talking via Bluetooth. So you're going to tap on that in the upper right, and then you're connected. It says connected in the upper right-hand corner. So now my bike is on. The key is turned on in the ignition, but I haven't actually fired up the bike. So that's why you can actually hear me talk. And that's really all you need to do to communicate with it. If the bike is running while you go through the options here, you can actually see in real time. I'll go to the RPM gauge. You'll actually see in real time, give or take. There's a slight delay, but you can actually see your tachometer. So it's very useful, and it does show in close to real time some interesting information. But really, the only two screens that you need to go into are either fuel tuning, the top option, or takeaway fuel, the bottom option. Those are the only two you're really going to go in and mess around with. I'll start with takeaway fuel down at the bottom, and you can see I've done absolutely nothing, no changes, but you can actually take away a certain amount of fuel. Some people are going to tell you that you're going to want to take away fuel to make your bike more efficient or run more green and eco-friendly or something. I guess maybe that's true, but what's the real reason? It's for people who adjust their camshaft or put in an aftermarket camshaft. If you hit the question mark on the corner of any screen, it's going to tell you a lot more than any YouTuber has told me so far. Alright, I'm just going to hit the back arrow on my system and then go to the fuel tuning screen. Now this is where you can see you have a difference between cruise fuel and acceleration fuel. And these are, what I'm seeing here, are basically the numbers that are kind of built in as the default recommendations from Cobra. I actually prefer to have my acceleration fuel at 0. At least on my bike, it's a 1300, and I'm new to riding a 1300. So even that slight difference makes the bike just a little more scary. And I'd rather be, red-faced and embarrassed and whatever, and say, oh, I'm not man enough to handle it, than dead. All right? It's that simple. I mean, there's no shame in wanting to learn how to control your bike before you ride it at its, peak performance. So in here, I've been adjusting mine down and saving that. But what we're seeing here are the basically recommended settings. So here's the thing. This is the point where everybody's just kind of slapping around the screen and saying, look at all the things you can do, but you're not doing anything. And then they end their videos. What you really need to do to actually make adjustments on this screen, say I want to adjust my acceleration fuel back down to 0, I have to hit the unlock icon. That's when a disclaimer pops up basically saying, hey look, we're not responsible for any damages that might occur. Of course, are tuning fuel mixtures in your bike. This could result in damages, yada yada yada. You have to agree before you can do anything. And once you've done that, then there's actually a second thing you have to do. See down here at the bottom where it says tap to adjust? You have to tap that to sort of unlock this dial. Then you can slide your finger around and make whatever changes you want to make. And when you're done, you hit apply setting, and then you see at the very bottom, value saved to device. That's how you know you've successfully reprogrammed the tuning on your bike. When you see that it's saved to device, that's when it's actually committed those changes. And until the next time you open this app and save another set of changes to your device, you don't have to make those changes again. So same thing with cruise fuel. If you really want to, you can drop that down. Oh, see, I'm trying to do the same thing. I have to tap to adjust. Then I can slide it back down to 0 or make it whatever I want. Go crazy. But again, what is this? This is a percentage of fuel. What does that really mean? Let's use the question mark to actually find out. So I'm going to set my cruise fuel to 1%. I'm going to apply that. Saved. Acceleration fuel is actually 0. And we'll, just for the use of anybody out there who might not have a manual or something, we'll show you what acceleration fuel in the question mark panel says. And just for quick reference, I'm also going to run in RPM gauge is pretty self-explanatory. There isn't even a question mark that you can click on that page. But just for reference, we'll go into duty cycle, we'll hit the question mark, so you can at least get the information as to what this page is for. And same thing down here in tuning display, it's worth noting. Let's just see what it has to say. So everybody, I am by no means a mechanical expert. I know less than nothing. I've changed my own oil a handful of times, okay? But I felt like I could do at least a little more justice to this Power Pro Black app because literally there are no videos explaining what in the heck this thing does. So I wanted to give you at least a little bit of information, a little bit more than what you're going to find in most videos. Good luck with it. I hope you don't do any long-term damage to your bike. I hope I don't do any to mine. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves.